Hello scrappers and planet lovers, Tin Man here with another video. So an interesting video today. Wanted to show some of the items that I received at a yard sale. I was driving through a neighborhood and I caught the tail end of a yard sale and I noticed there was a large box that had on it $5 for the entire box. So these are some of the items that were found in the box. So what I want to do today is go through some of these items, show you how to identify it, and see what type of scrap value I can get from these. See if I paid too much for this box. As you can see in front of me, I do have a lot of utensils, and silverware is a topic that I do have a video on, showing you how to identify proper silverware, what is worth silver price and what is not, different markings. So I will include in my description the link to that video, so if you're interested in that, please go check that one out. All of these ones are non-silverware. They don't say anything about silver plating, but they are still an interesting topic to see what type of scrap value I could get from these. To answer another question from another scrapper, beginner scrapper asked me, where can I get scrap metals other than garbage day? And I have seen some people go to thrift shops or yard sales like I did here. Thrift shops will sell different decorative vases and plates and all those urns and things like that that you have in your home at a very low price. And some of them will recognize the scrap value to those and will buy them at the cheap cost and sell them for a profit. So those are other places people go. I don't do that, but I do find a lot of my scrap. And as I said, the only reason I bought this box was because it was $5 and the gentleman that sold it to me was very eager to get rid of it. So gonna look at this stuff first. And there are definitely different metals that you will see with utensils and all that. But the first thing I always do to identify or to try to identify the metal is I run a magnet across it. So just gonna put a magnet. You can see these items. The first thing I'm gonna grab right there, the spoons. All of these spoons and knives and a couple forks here, because the magnet stuck on the whole thing, these are actually just going to give me tin price. So even though some of them may say stainless steel, if the magnet sticks, it is not worth stainless steel price, so it's going to be tin. And currently right now in London, Ontario, tin is going for about 6 to 7 cents a pound. So not a bad price. It does not take a lot of tin to add up weight. And as you can see, this little pile here does not take up a lot of space as well. You do want to make sure you check. As I said, sometimes I have seen the top half tin. Some of it will have a brass end or a copper end, depending on the item. But again, all of these are magnetic. This one I actually got a little excited for. You can see the gold tinge to that. I thought maybe these would be gold plated. There's a spoon in here somewhere as well like that. But again, does not have any type of gold marking on it or words on it, and because it sticks, it is just going to be tin. These items right here that you see, again, here's a couple more. These ones, as I said, all magnetic, but there are some interesting ones that I have. This one, for example, does say, on this one, put a magnet to it, does not stick. This has an AL marking, which means this one is aluminum. So this is because it's aluminum, it is non-magnetic. This is just gonna be clean aluminum, so this would give me about 56 cents a pound, which is good. These ones right here, non-magnetic as well, all the way down. These ones say stainless steel on them, and because these are stainless steel and non-magnetic, this is the good stainless steel. So this would give me about 77 cents a pound at London, Ontario for stainless steel. Your barbecue tops, your gas line hoses, all of those items, if you put a magnet to them and the magnet does not stick, it is good stainless steel and is going to give me, as I said, stainless steel price. So as I said, sometimes just because it says stainless steel, if a magnet sticks to it, you're not getting stainless steel price. So stainless steel, one aluminum. These ones right here, again, this is also going to be, if I look at the back, it says stainless steel as well, so that's good. The top here, interesting though, this part is stainless steel. If I scratch that, you can see right there, there is a gold look, so that actually is brass. This actually, just a second, does not say stainless steel, sorry, that's the name of the place. I'm just gonna scratch the handle to this one. This is a magnetic or a metallic look to it, so got to do a little bit more research on that. But again, as I said, some of them will have a brass end to it, so that's definitely good. Oh, this is brass as well. I can see it right now in the light, so that is nice. I do want to apologize for the noise. You will hear Canadian geese overhead. They're flying over right now, so definitely very Canadian. So I apologize for the honking, but I can't avoid that, and I can't get them to be quiet. So unfortunately, that's kind of the way it is. This one is stainless steel as well. The knife here, obviously, is going to be going into my steel. And I have actually seen full sets of knives and different utensils being thrown out. People move, or people buy too many of them. So definitely, if they are in good working condition, I have seen some people resell them, especially knives like this. This is a Henkel, so top of the line here. Unfortunately, this was the only one, but I definitely can use that again. So want to get to these vases here. As I said, $5 for this whole box. The first one I want to look at is this large one here. Very nice piece, as you can see. Looks like brass. If I scratch it, you can see the brass underneath. The bottom here, if I scratch it, this too has the brass look. So this is solid brass right here. And what I want to do is weigh this for you. This is yellow brass, and currently this is going for $2.58 a pound in London, Ontario. And this thing weighs on its own 5 pounds, 2 ounces. So already $10 just from this. So I've doubled, or I've made $5 on this purchase. This one too, another very decorative one. Put a magnet to it. You can see non-magnetic. It actually even says on here, made in India, solid brass. So this too, very beautiful design on it. I got 1 pound, 8 ounces, so 1.5 pounds there, so that's great. These two items right here are kind of tricky. They actually kind of look like silverware. They're tarnished, but if I read the bottom of this one, actually I'll read this one first. This one, as I said, is obviously a teapot. It says on the bottom, FBR EP Brass Lead MTS USA, and it was made by FB Rogers. So this one is very interesting because, as you can see, I have done some scratches. This part is brass. This part is brass. There is a little bit of brass. This spout is brass, but the handle here, as well as the leggings, are actually lead. So two options that you have here. You can bring this in as is and get dirty brass, or you could actually just cut off the pieces, which if you are not using this again, like I said, it's beat up, it's smashed. People don't really buy these anymore. It's not worth, obviously, silver. So you could also clean it up and just cut off the lead parts, and you could bring this all apart as yellow brass, or get your dirty brass, which is probably going to be $2 a pound. So just to see what the weight of this is, this weighs 2 pounds, 1 ounces as is. So even if I got $1 for this a pound, that's still going to be worth $2. But again, don't be fooled. Sometimes they look like a different coating on it. If you scratch it, it will reveal the true metal, as well as sometimes the reading on this will also help. This one was actually very interesting as well. This one was really cool. A picture here. If I look at the bottom of this one says Victorian plate, copper, EP copper, lead mounts. This was made in Canada. And what's cool about this one is putting the scratch test to this one. You can see this spout is copper right there. This part, if I put a file to this, you can see that too is copper. But this part, if I scratch that, it is a metallic look. So this is going to be lead. And the bottom here, the bottom is copper. So just this handle here. So all I have to do is actually just take an angle grinder, cut that part off, cut that bottom part off. And this will give me number 2 copper price because it has a coating on it, a thin coating. So number 2 copper right now is going for $3.50 a pound. So if I weighed this as is, this weighs 2 pounds, 1 ounces. So probably even if I say 1.5 pounds of number 2 copper, all of these items, as I said, definitely well worth the $5 that I spent on that box. Yard sales are a great place to find things. You never know what you're going to find. And as I said, this guy was eager to get rid of this stuff anyway. And instead of bringing it to the scrapyard, he sold it. And I was lucky enough to find it. The utensils, again, great items to find. I will include the silverware markings and items that you can get in my description. So again, if you're interested, go check that one out. But make sure you check first thing magnet. Just because it reads stainless steel, it may not be. So the magnet test, definitely the best way to weed that out. So I have some tin here, an aluminum fork, some stainless steel, and some good items, obviously, that can be scrapped and melted down, reused. So hope you enjoyed the video. Please comment down below, like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Tin Man out.